Hi. I absolutely knew that I was going to be first one picked. Absolutely knew.
We knew it too. Now go back to your seat.
I've noticed that guided meditation has been life-changing for me, and thank you for that. I would very much like to get that kind of focus on a daily basis of my life. I've been working very hard trying to continue to focus and stay focused during my guided meditation, and I don't want to build any pathways and say that I can't do something, but I would like to get to a point where I'm constantly focusing and putting myself into my vortex, and that's what I would like for you to help me with.
Relative to every single subject?
Everything.
And do you find that some subjects are easier for you than others?
Yes.
And do you find that on the subjects that are easy, that once you establish your good feeling relationship with the vortex, in other words, you feel good, you have a sort of sense of satisfaction or contentment about a subject, have you noticed that on some subjects you can even get more and more and more specific, and then it's even more and more fun, sort of like the rampages that you hear us do? Have you noticed that?
Yes, I do.
And have you noticed that on some subjects you can't really do that, because while you want to feel vortexy, you don't.
Right.
You don't.
True.
Because reality is playing current reality, which is current manifestation, what life is reflecting back to you because of your vibrational mix. In other words, that's what manifestation always is. Manifestation, you get what we mean by manifestation? They said that to you, you went that way, this is happening. Manifestation, now, manifestation, now. Manifestation now, manifestation now, manifestation now. So have you noticed how when manifestation is off in some way, that's usually the time when you say, well, this is off, I think I'll go do my vortex work. So the offness is a pretty heavy influence in the process of the work that you want to do. So you can feel that it's just lip service that you're giving it, that you're not really getting any movement about it. So go general. Go really, really general. Find a really general statement that gives you a sense of relief or ease. So give us a subject, if you want to, that is a tougher one for you. Or even better, start with a subject that's easy for you. Let's do an easy one first,
okay,
and then we'll take a harder one so that you can feel the difference in your relationship with the vortex on different subjects, and then we'll show you what to do about it. Good idea?
I think I've been going at such a pace for so many years, and I've not taken the time to sit down and focus and find a peaceful place in reading, peaceful place in my public speaking in the industry that I'm in.
But hear this. Peaceful is all right, but it's not what it's cracked up to be.
Right.
Okay. Jerry and Esther have a friend a long time ago who was telling everyone, people who were complaining about having too much to do, and she said, don't worry, honey, you can rest in heaven. And we say, no, it's not really like that. In other words, peaceful is far better than frustration. Peaceful
Yes.
is far better than boredom. But peaceful is in the vortex, but peaceful is in the vortex and general. And when you're in the vortex and general, and then you get more specific and more specific and more specific, the energy moves faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. So peaceful is the entry in, maybe,
right,
but don't try to make it a lifestyle. In other words, we'd far rather feel your passion and enthusiasm or even interest in something than a peacefulness. You see what we're getting at?
I think you picked the right word, passion, because that's what drives me as a person. Passion to help people in my industry, help my family, my friends, my colleagues.
That's not what drives you, that's what calls you.
Yes.
Driving is trying to kick yourself in. Get in. The inspiration is what calls you. So give us something that you feel pretty confident, some subject that you feel pretty confident that you're in the vortex easily about.
I know that I can get up in front of thousands of people and be an amazing public speaker. And I have to find a vehicle to put myself in that particular situation.
Well,
to
now
do
you're
that.
off the subject because we didn't ask you what your problem is.
Okay.
Or even what your challenge is, or even what your goal is.
Okay.
We asked you, what subject can you get into the vortex and just really have a rip-roaring good time, you and your vortex, you and your inner being? What subjects can you just ponder and feel detailed elation about?
Music.
How so?
Music it's something that drives me to be the person. It puts me in my vortex. I feel good about everything that I'm doing. Being in an entertainment environment and working with children, working with adults, being like a motivational speaker, it feels really good. Music just kind of puts me right into my zone, into my
All
vortex.
right, we believe him. Do you? Music feels good. Be more specific about it, though. In other words, we'd really like to feel you get your because music is general.
Mm-hmm.
I like the feel of music, but give us a little more detail about it. We would like you to focus the idea of music within you right here and now and flesh it out for us in a way that we can feel it vibrationally from you.
I like to know that I'm making a difference in every life
Now
that I touch.
now
That's what
now
I
wait,
want to do.
Now wait, now you're dragging all that wannabe,
Stuff,
all that
right.
stuff you want to do,
Got
and
it.
you're messing up your music vibration.
Okay.
In other words, give us something that just gets you there easily. There are lots of things, and we're just going to pester you till you find it.
Putting on my headphones and listening to music just is an instant way I'm getting into the vortex. I feel good about everything. Nothing bothers me. I feel strong. I feel focused. I feel exciting. I feel everything. I just feel wonderful.
All right, now
about
that's
it.
better, isn't it? He talked. So you put your headphones on. You just settle in.
Yeah.
What is your? We know that different moods evoke different. What is your music of choice? Jerry Nestor's friends gave them John Philip Sousa, just for no good reason except that they had it and it was easy to pawn it off on them. And Jerry Nestor put it into the player, and Esther remembered that when she was a child, her parents got a new stereo set and the big 33 records, and there were boxes of Strauss and Brahms and John Philip Sousa. All the classics were there. And Esther would put John Philip Sousa on every night when she would come home from school and clean the house to it. To this day, when Esther washes the she sings John Philip Sousa in the back of her mind. In other words, it was so what is your music of choice?
Dance music, something with a very strong beat, something that's a pounding bass, something that's exciting, that makes me want to move. Just move.
All right, now he's there. Can you feel him? Now he's there. You focus long enough that now you're completely in the vortex on that subject. And usually, if you weren't in this setting and if they weren't all wanting you to get out of the chair so they could get in,
I'm sure.
you might even enjoy the pleasure of just contemplating, even without the music in your ears right now, the deliciousness that music brings to your life. It's just incredible, isn't it? We're speaking from your point of view. Isn't it wonderful? The variety of music, the variety of musicians, the talent that is available, the mediums that are available, the instruments that are available, the co-creative talent that is available. Isn't it exhilarating to come across music, whether it's classics or something that is new, and feel your physical apparatus revel in inspirational alignment with the music? Don't you just love it? And don't you like to sometimes just ponder how many magnificent musicians are out there and how many people are in the vortex in this very moment, either because they're listening to something magnificent or because they're creating something that is magnificent, or they're in the process of co-creating with other musicians about it. Don't you just love to think about the delight and benefit that music has brought to your world? Don't you love thinking about it from the most primitive of people who are their physical apparatuses are moving to the movement of the music, to the most sophisticated multitude of people that are sitting in concert settings that are listening to the finest nuances of the combination of music? Don't you love the sophistication of your own musical palette and the breadth of it? Don't you love how you can feel with a very distinguishing ear the difference between hearing something, hearing different orchestras play the same piece of music and different conductors with their slight nuances? Don't you just love listening to the emphasis from one musician to another or from one maestro to another? Isn't it fun to realize the plethora of joyful music expansion that is available to you any time of the day? Don't you love knowing that you can get on your computer, that you can download almost anything in the world from iTunes, that almost in instant manifestation you can have a thought about something and it can be in one of your contraptions in your ear almost instantaneously? Isn't this just the most glorious musical time of all to ever be alive? Don't you just love music?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So now, what we did there, we just milked the vortex for more pleasure. Not to make you a better speaker, not to make audiences gather for you, not so that you can save or uplift the world. You just reveled in a world that is already being uplifted. You just hooked in to the vibration of upliftment. You just hooked in to the talent that is flowing, the source that is flowing through millions of people and has done for a very long time. And you just found complete resonance with everything that matters to you by focusing on something where you've been personally reveling in it and feeling it, you see. That's the very best work that you could do. You'd accomplished more by milking something that's already working for you than if you'd taken a problem and driven it in a futile attempt to drive it. You see what we're getting at?
Yes.
All right, so that felt good. So now give us a subject that is not easy for you to go there like we just did. Harder to find now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't really know what I was talking about, Abraham. I'm not sure. I thought I had a problem, but apparently I don't. And
I'm thinking about the great
don't
topic.
ask me to go back there because I like it in here where I belong. But you get the sense of what we're talking about.
Do.
But let's say there is a subject where you can't rant like that, you can't rampage like that because you're just not there. But you can go general. And by going general, we mean starting out in very general terms that don't affect you so much. And by general, it would be something like, well, I can feel my rampage relative to music, and I know I can feel when I'm really in the vortex, and I know I can get there on all subjects, and I don't have to fix anything right now, and I'm doing really well where I am. And there are many things that I want that I don't actually see the path lighted up, but I know the path will light up as I get closer and closer to the vortex. So there isn't anything that... You see, what happens with so many of you, in fact, with almost all of you, is that you stand in awareness of where you are in terms of manifestations. I'm here with this much money and I'd like this much money. Or I'm here with this physical condition and I'd like this physical condition. Or I'm here with this relationship and I would like this relationship. And so the sense that most people have is a sensation of fear that I won't get to where I want to be, a sort of concern or maybe even fear that I won't get to where I want to be. And on the other side of it is almost a determination that I won't go there and I won't go there and I won't go there. And so whether you're worried that it's not going to happen or determined that something is going to happen, it's still resistance. Can you see what we're talking about?
Yes.
A determination, an effort, that's not ever going to happen to me, or I'm going to make this happen, is still resistance. Because there's an awareness, a keen awareness, when you feel like that, with that effort and determination, that it's not happening. And so none of that is vortex work. But the real vortex work is what we just did just now. You find something that is working, you focus upon it and milk it for the sheer pleasure of being in the vortex, and then you're in the vortex. Now watch the manifestations that reflect where you are. And by manifestations, we mean people that you rendezvous with right now. We don't mean tomorrow. We don't mean day after tomorrow. We don't mean a month from now. We mean Watch the manifestations that are right on the heels of the work you've done. You can show yourself how fast you've shifted your vibration and how fast cells in your body are responding. Cells in your body are responding just like the lady in the elevator is responding. Everything is responsive immediately to your vortex work. Did we get there for you?
Absolutely.
Now get out.
Thank you.
Yes. Wait. Yes. We've been talking to you for a while about this buffer of time, a buffer of time that takes place. In other words, you set forth the thought, but then there's a buffer of time before the manifestation. And we've been telling you that the energy is moving faster as more and more of you are sifting through contrast and asking for things. Your summoning of the energy means that the manifestation time, that buffer of time, is shortening. And we're wanting you to understand that it's so short, depending upon the vortex work that you're doing, that you are right on the brink of instant manifestations relative to so many things. In other words, if you could just know that, if you could just feel the universal power that is flowing to you and through you, and feel the, well, even more than feel it, know it by the manifestations that are following the deliberate thought. Before you know it, you're going to feel an empowerment, and then you're going to begin to live life as you intended to when you came. Yes.